Oradell Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for Monday, June 15th, 2026. Notice of this meeting was published in the official newspaper, prominently posted in Borough Hall, and filed with the clerk's office in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act. This meeting is a quasi-judicial proceeding. Decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must always be maintained. Any questions and comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. Let's do roll call. All right. Mr. Liao.
Here.
Ms. Day.
Here.
Mr. Camporeale.
Here.
Ms. Odinsky.
Here.
Mr. Devine.
Here.
Santaniello's here. Mr. Bartlett is not here yet, but he may walk in. That's everyone, right? Yeah, okay. Pledge allegiance.
United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right. Approval. Oh, so just before we get into any business, we have with us tonight Mark Liebman and Erica Parlavecchio from CSG Law, while Danielle has some family time. Approval of zoning board meeting minutes. Okay, we have in our email we received earlier the meeting minutes for May 18th, 2026. Any comments on that? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion that they're approved.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, meeting minutes are good. Correspondence, all correspondence sent to the zoning board is available on file with the construction official's office. Zoning board procedures. All right, I'm going to read this so I get it right. The zoning board is a forum for property owners to apply for exceptions to local zoning ordinances. If what someone would like to do with their property isn't something the building department can approve, they can seek a variance via this process. The way we conduct these meetings follows the procedures laid out by the New Jersey Municipal Land Use Law, and that's what determines what can be said and when it can be said. Thanks in advance, everyone, for your understanding and cooperation. Okay. Would our legal representation like to swear in our official?
Sure. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So sworn.
Thank you. All right, no new cases will be started after 10:30 p.m. I don't think we'll get there, to be honest. And that's it, yeah. At 10:30, if we get to 10:30, we'll look for a moment to break and pick up the next meeting around. Memorialization of resolutions. So we received in our email, and we have here, the resolution for calendar 896-26 from our last meeting. Any comments or changes or observations on that anyone saw? No? Okay. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I move to approve the resolutions for calendar number 896-26.
Okay. Would anyone second?
Second.
Okay. Let's do a roll call. Mr. Liao?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Day?
Abstain.
Oh.
I wasn't here for it.
Okay. Mr. Camporeale?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bartlett is not here. Ms. Odinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Devine?
Yes.
And I vote yes. There we go. Good to go. All right. Sign that, if you would be so kind. Excellent. Thank you. All right. The voting sheet still has more. So, I mean, not a big deal. Okay, let's get down to business. Calendar 897-26, 404 Demarest, Mendoza family. Come on down.
So maybe before we start, I'm on, my address is 457 Demarest, so I was in touch with Steve during the week, and I think the question as to whether or not I needed to recuse myself kind of turned around whether or not I had been noticed about the application, which we haven't been noticed. But I just wanted to put it out there that I do live on the street, on that
You're not
block.
within 200 feet of the property.
Presumably. I didn't,
Well, you weren't noticed.
I was not noticed, yeah. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Your call.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Very good. A little bit nervous, but it's okay. I've been watching a lot of you on video, so
Uh-oh. How do we
it looks
look?
like I'm seeing some Hollywood stars here.
Not that interesting.
If that were only true.
We're not that
Well,
interesting,
you
I
have some
promise.
pretty good speaking voices. So.
It's the microphones.
I sent over a presentation over. I have copies for everyone. Could I give them out?
Sure.
Let's start by swearing the witnesses.
Yeah.
Are you both going to provide testimony or commentary?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask you both to raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, can you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes. Daniel Mendoza, Mendoza.
And you are the property owner?
I am.
And your address is?
404 Demarest Ave, Oradell, New Jersey, 07649.
Right. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Nina Marie Mendoza.
Same spelling, I presume?
Yes.
Same address?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
So can I give out the presentations to everyone? Yeah.
Sure.
Will it be on the screen also, or are we relying on paper?
I did send over, you might have been in the email, I don't know if you want to share the PDF. It's the same thing.
Yeah, no, the handouts are fine.
Okay.
We can share one.
Thank you.
I'm just going to mark this as A1
Thank you.
with today's date.
Thank you.
Watch the wires. Thanks.
All right. Well, again, thank you everyone for taking your time to meet with us here today. We're very excited to go over this sort of overview and plan of what we were looking to do and actually then subsequently actually had done already prior to understanding that it was a variance was needed. I guess we'll just start off with the presentation. So if you look at the first page, this shows an aerial view of the property where I sit at 404 Demarest Ave. And this is just the proposal for a 25-foot, 6 inches by 20-foot and 6-inch basketball court. So an overview of the presentation is we're going to go a little bit about ourselves, the requested relief, the surface construction and drainage, the property and corner lot extent, some safety and alternatives, visual impact and landscaping, and then the variance criteria and conditions. And again, the goal of this presentation is to show that an approval would be reasonable because it is safe, screened, permeable, removable, and residential in character and also conditionable. So a little bit about us. Again, my name is Daniel Mendoza. I live in town for the past 8 years with my family of 4, my wife Nina, and my 2 boys, Henry and Bo. They go to OPS. They're in kindergarten and 3rd grade. Again, we've been here for 8 years. We're heavily involved in the community. I coach t-ball, have coached Little League, wrestling, and basketball. And my wife is also a member of the PTA, serving as lead co-chair of several committees and is a class parent. So the requested relief.
I have it up on the screen.
Oh.
So,
Oh, okay.
just tell me when to switch. Are you there?
Okay. Yeah, the next page. Oh, yeah, sorry. 4, the next one over. One more.
Next one?
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. So the request of relief is for the variance to permit an at-grade private family basketball court approximately 25 feet and 6 inches by 20 feet and 6 inches on the Demarest Avenue side of the front yard condition. The property remains a single-family residential use. The requested relief concerns the location and the placement. It's not going to be used for any commercial or public use. The court is at grade, permeable, removable, and is not a building mass. And the applicant is willing to accept reasonable conditions, including continued use of a permeable, removable material. So here is a picture of said court. That was taken actually today. And here, if this might need to be entered into an exhibit, this is actually the court that I just took off before I got here.
That's the material. Okay.
Yeah, this is the actual corner.
Do we need to mark that?
Well, I don't think we want to keep it in our records forever
No,
and ever,
yeah.
but we'll identify it as a A2, and that is a, why don't you pass it around to the board so everybody
I
can
will,
feel it
yeah.
and look at it, and see what it is.
And we chose that color, green, so it looks like grass and meshes in with the landscape.
Cool. It's permeable. See through it.
So, Steve, would you go to the next page?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. So in the relief notice that we sent out to everyone, we put in the paper as well. It seems like the issue is really, that's before the board, is that the court is in the front yard corner lot. And because of that, you know, there's a placement restriction that it needs to be open and unobstructed. I'm not proposing that we pour any sort of concrete or asphalt. There is no concrete or asphalt there. The actual surface, which you had seen is modular, permeable, and removable. And those facts, I believe, would reduce the concerns of runoff, permanence, and visual intensity. Next page. So this next page here sort of kind of constructs what's built in the court. So you see like the court tile at first, and under the court tile is just landscaping fabric. Under the landscaping fabric is just compacted gravel, and under that is just existing soil.
And the level of the ground wasn't changed at all, so it wasn't higher or lower. It was just already naturally like that, so there was no further digging down or adding more soil to it to build up.
Yeah, and with the gravel, I didn't place it here, but the gravel around the perimeter of the court is just 2x4. So if you go to the next page. So yeah, so just to clarify, sort of a good faith clarification, you know, so when I first had put this in, I didn't believe that we needed to have a variance put in place. We had actually, in March of 2025, we were working with A. Machione to potentially put something there that's going to be asphalt or concrete to make some sort of like family area patio. Anyway, that was denied. And through that denial was when I came up with this sort of idea to come up with this basketball court, again, with it not being on any sort of like slabbing.
And that denial, from what it was said, was because nothing permanent could be there. No poured concrete or asphalt. So doing more research of it, then when we found this product, we thought like no-brainer, home run type of deal.
Thank you. So just to give you some context of the property, you can see I sit right in the corner of Demarest and Oradell. You might have seen, you know the area. The frontage on Demarest Avenue and Oradell Ave. Oradell Ave is obviously very high traffic roadway. That's actually where my driveway does sit today. Demarest Avenue contains the mature trees and existing screenings. The proposed court location is away from Oradell Ave on that frontage intersection. The proposed location, again, I'm saying proposed, but it's there, is the safest and least visible practical location on the property as it stands today.
And also for our lot, it's a little odd because not only are we a corner lot, but it's a corner lot that is against a very busy road, but a very busy part of that specific road of Oradell Ave. Our driveway is on the Oradell Ave side, but our front door and walkway is on the Demarest Ave side. So it makes it a little funky, in and out with family and young kids and stuff like that. And our driveway itself is no more than 2 car lengths in basically width and length when they're close right up to each other. So our property has never given us or the kids that opportunity of just, playing in the driveway type of feeling. There's a lot of people all day on foot and in vehicles, people we don't know, non-residents, unfamiliar people, but also residents as well, that, have approached our kids, have approached us, pulling out of the driveway every day or walking across the street is a little difficult. You get honked at, it's a little bit difficult there. So to keep the kids, to be able to have that outdoor, experience, that was the safest location on our property.
Steve, you can go to the next one. Thank you. So here's just the context of my survey. My lot sits on 12,500 square feet. 13.1% is the current building coverage, where I have a maximum of 25%. 30.1% is the current lot coverage, where I have a maximum of 40%. And the court location dimensions shown on the application survey, that's exactly where it is. Again, the court is not located on Oradell Ave, and it sits at grade with no new building mass. Again, here's the picture of the court from today. You can see that there's no stadium-style elements to it. There's no fencing proposed. There's existing shrubs there. They're ship laurel and arborvitae. And the use is only going to be for private family recreation purposes. So here we have 2 street views currently. One is basically at the opposite corner of Demarest and Oradell Ave, showing you that kind of corner view or angled. And then the next picture is the exactly opposite of where the court is. So really the only thing that you could see here is basically currently right now the top of the rims until those trees grow a little taller. It's funny, typically during presentations I ask if you have any questions, but I know that's not really how this goes, but it's okay.
We'll have some. We wait till you finish and then we go through the whole
No, I know.
order of operations.
I just thought it was funny because it just came up in my head. Anyway, so why the Demarest Avenue side? The location keeps family play away from the wider, busier Oradell Ave frontage. As most of you know, Oradell Ave has extreme traffic and public visibility. The basketball activity near that frontage would create a lot more risk to really everyone involved, including the motorists. Obviously, my concern is not only the motorists, but also my children and any other vehicles in the area. It would probably be dangerous to have it on my driveway there, currently as it stands. The Demarest side, however, it's much more contained. I have it away from that corner, currently screened, keeping it screened, and further away from the main traffic corridor. And the proposed location is therefore the safer and less intrusive choice to the community. So I did have the alternatives considered. I think we kind of, spoke about it briefly earlier. Obviously, Oradell Avenue side, for for everyone that lives here, you know that probably wouldn't be the best use of the space. It'd be dangerous for everyone involved. I have another backyard location. However, there in that location, there's a slope topography issue, so that would need it to be regraded. The plan would have to be broader already in scope, so it just makes it less practical. And then, of course, there's the current Demarest side, which is the safest location. And again, it's already screened, and there's no change to the residential use. I did have another alternate that I did just think about. It was I could have put in that same sort of vicinity an additional driveway, because I did have the space for it. But from my neighbor's point of view, that probably wouldn't be the best looking thing. Additionally, my other alternative was putting actually just the court, like the actual rim, on the sidewalk, which a lot of people do. But being on the corner with cars turning, that probably would also be dangerous for the community. So because of this corner lot hardship, both street frontages functions as front yard conditions under the zoning framework. The interior lots generally have one front yard and a clear rear yard recreation area. This property has the two frontages, limiting, conventional accessory type placement options. Strict application creates a practical difficulty for safe family recreation, and the requested location is consistent with the actual use and character of the side yard. In terms of screening and landscaping, there's existing mature trees there, shrubs that already screen off Demarest Avenue. Additional evergreen type screening can be maintained around the perimeter, which I intend to do so. Screening also preserves everyone's privacy while keeping the property residential and landscaped nicely in appearance. Additionally, dead or failing screening can be replaced within a season if required as a condition. And then, again, my objective is not to create any sort of like hard enclosure, but to preserve the landscape streetscape. And what is not being proposed, no commercial or business use, no chain link fence, sports netting, or enclosure unless separately approved, no expansion beyond the dimensions and locations shown on the survey. These limits keep the relief narrow, residential, and easy to condition. So some positive criteria, for ourselves in the community, it creates a safer, more practical family recreation area on a uniquely constrained corner lot, promotes safe outdoor use on private property, keeps play away and additional chaos from the busier Oradell Ave frontage, makes reasonable use of a side yard that is legally treated as a front yard only because of the corner lot conditions, maintains a desirable visual environment through existing landscaping, and preserves the single-family residential character of the property. Now, negative criteria. Now, there's no substantial detriment to the public good or zoning plan. The visual impact is limited. The court surface is low profile and substantially screened from the street, not closed or obstructed. The use remains private, residential, and subordinate to the single-family home. The proposed location avoids the higher traffic Oradell Ave side, and there are no known neighbor objections that have been identified. I'd also like to offer up some reasonable conditions, to keep, again, the variance narrow and residential. So the court limited to the location and dimensions shown on the survey notice. Private family use only, no commercial activity. Maintain evergreen screening, replace failed screening within a reasonable growing season. No sport fencing, netting, or enclosure unless separately approved. And maintain permeable, removable sport tile and gravel base, no concrete or asphalt unless separately approved. So these conditions give the board control, preserve drainage, and prevent the approval from becoming broader than you may want to intend. And just some notes on why I believe the approval is reasonable. Again, it's the unique corner lot that creates two front conditions. Proposed location avoids busy Oradell Avenue. The backyard alternative is impractical due to slope and topography, needing regrading, probably inconvenience to my other neighbors on that side. This street views show minimal visual impact due to existing screening, and the approval can be conditioned to maintain residential character. Now, this is almost where I close. So in essence, I'm asking you to please approve this variance due to the corner lot hardship, safety-orientated location, minimal visual impact, and reasonable conditions offered. And I would like to close with Go Knicks.
Okay. Well, thank you. This was very well organized, and I appreciate all the detail. Actually, your appendix is something that we do want to call out. The exact variance is being sought. Can we just enter that into the record?
Sorry, is that the question? Is that a question?
Yeah. Can we, let me see. Usually this is where we look for the,
Yeah, so this, the zoning
just the
table
front yard, yeah.
doesn't really provide any guidance.
Permanent
Yeah.
structure in the front yard, right?
Oh, so they want the survey itself?
247.2 prohibits in the front yard any accessory structures and uses.
Yeah.
Oh,
so from a variance standpoint, we're just, do you know, what is it just front yard
Mr.
setback?
Lee just
Yeah.
stated it.
That's the only one?
Front yard and uses, yeah.
Okay, there's no lot coverage or anything like that?
No, because he's saying it's permeable,
It's permeable, yeah.
so I wouldn't calculate that.
Okay.
So actually, I'm not clear. What are the variances that we're looking for? It's the, if the court is permeable, it's not paved, right? So that's
Correct.
not the issue. So what is the issue? Exactly.
Yard. Front yard.
It's viewed as a front yard permanent structure or permanent?
We just stated it.
Yeah, it's,
So the permanent structure is those tiles and the basketball hoop?
Yes.
I thought I heard the residents say that those tiles are not really permanent, right? But we're treating them as a permanent structure?
Well, they're there.
Okay. Okay.
There's nothing that, no variance with respect to distance from the lot to the street or anything like that, just that it's in the front yard?
Well, the setbacks, it would be a setback in the front yard, but the fact that it's in the front yard, setbacks or things of that nature wouldn't apply unless you so deem it so.
Right, so your definition of structure is anything constructed or erected which requires permanent location on the ground or attachment to something having such permanent location. So the basketball hoop would be a structure in the front yard.
So it's a basketball hoop is
Yeah, that was my
really
question.
the only thing that would require the basketball if the diff flooring can be removed and viewed as a non-permanent structure, correct?
Yeah, I don't think that would be considered a permanent structure. I was looking through your ordinance, maybe Mr. Depkin can help me. Do you know if your definition of impervious coverage includes compacted gravel?
It does, that's part of the process for the
Okay.
construction of anything that's permeable. I didn't see it, so I don't know, how much is there. Maybe you have photos or some sort of a letter confirming how it was constructed, how many inches of gravel, things of that nature, but.
right. And I think we still have a percentage left too with our, what was it? How much, of our hardscape?
Yeah, I know, even if it was considered actual part of my lot coverage, then that would end up being like 35%. from the 30.1% that it is now.
Yeah, so you're still well under the 40% limitation.
Yes.
But then do you have to deal with the front yard setback?
I think they still need the front yard setback for the very least the hoop. Whether those removable tiles count, I'm not so sure that those meet the definition of structure because they are like very obviously removable.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into questions. I guess, Steve, you want to kick us off? Do you have anything we didn't already talk about?
Are you considering in the future any lighting?
No, not at this time.
No, other than that. Usually with the permeable surfaces, I've never had this type of instance. Going forward, if somebody wants to put a patio in the front yard and they put this in, are they allowed? I think that's a stretch. I think that, it's well hidden, it's nice design, great presentation. And usually with the permeable surfaces, it's, you get a percentage. But he's well under his allowed percentages.
Okay. Of impermeable, okay. All right. Mark, Erica?
No, I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen that material before. I think
Yeah.
Mr. Debkin raises a good point. This may be something that you want to draw the planning board's attention to, or the governing body. They may want to consider an ordinance to address this type of material. It's easy to imagine a situation that somebody decides they don't want to cut the grass in the front yard anymore,
Right.
and they just want to put this down.
I mean,
We see that kind of stuff down the Jersey Shore. People put out, AstroTurf.
To that point, if this board were to view this thing as not a permanent structure, is there any variance really needed until we address the situation of, like you said,
Mr. Lehman said it would be the hoop.
The hoop.
The hoop is a permanent structure installed in the ground, in the front yard.
but if the hoop were to eventually become one that you could roll in and roll out, I mean,
I think it would be arguable that they need a variance or not.
it would be arguable, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
that whether or not it's needed, it's only because the precedence of the situation is, this is a front yard. I think to Mr. Depkin's comments, I think it was well designed. I think it's well hidden, but it still sets precedence of putting front yard. And, once people, once the door is open to front yard type of structures or whatever it is, it's an issue. So.
what other questions do we have before we go to public?
Can I just ask another question about the material itself? Had you been failing, instead of playing basketball, play pickleball, and you had a noise issue, what is the other, kids not included, what is the noise level of bouncing a ball on this thing all the time
It
at
is
night?
lighter. So it's lighter than regular, driveway asphalt.
Yeah,
And the trees definitely contain the noise around it. As a family, we don't, we're reasonable people. We're not playing basketball morning till night. We like basketball, but we're not crazy about it morning till night. And, we didn't put a light there because, we wanted to still keep the natural vibe of the front. So I definitely think that the material itself keeps the volume down.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you this: it's definitely no louder than balancing it on blacktop. But again, to my wife's point earlier, it's probably a little bit less, just because of the gravel and soil underneath. It kind of takes up some of that, sound.
Right.
But
And I did want to clarify one thing. I know that he said for patio on the front, but it wasn't like we wanted a patio and this was a patio alternative. It really was a place for the kids to play. That's why we first got the first quote, thinking when we called that company that this is what they do. I know they've done our driveway, other driveways in town, and they were like, oh, I don't see why the town wouldn't let a blacktop, because you can have a driveway here and this and that. So that's why we first put it in. So it was never to be a patio. It was always to be a place where the kids can play and get that, neighborhood vibe like everyone else gets to have. We just can't have it on our particular specific driveway and where we are on that street. If our front door and our garage were both on the Oradell Ave side, Demarest side, I think this would be, we wouldn't even be here. It's just that it's the layout of the land in the house.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have a question for
Yeah.
Mr. Depkin. If there were a driveway in that area, would that be permitted?
You're only permitted 20-foot width driveway. There's nothing in the code stating you can have 2 driveways. So, and the driveway width is 20 feet, so it wouldn't, we still need a variance if they were looking to do that.
But a driveway could be put in that location if it were only up to 20 feet in width.
They already have a driveway with the garage. I would have to look into the codes a little bit further and see if there's anything that would allow it. But normally, it's on the property, you're just permitted a 20-foot width driveway.
Okay.
So they would need a variance for a second driveway,
Right.
but not if they moved the existing driveway.
If they eliminated the existing?
I'm not saying it's a good idea, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my purpose for the question was just to assess whether, I guess, the claim that a driveway could have been put there along with the existing driveway, I guess, in place of the court.
Good?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Would we want
Could I-
to maybe consider that it be something that would need to be removed when they sell the house?
Well, that was actually going to be my question. I mean, since it's temporary, and I mean, a lot of people have basketball hoops on their property that, you know, they last a little while, and next thing you know, it's on Facebook. Would your, I don't know that you have any intention to move, but would it be something that you pick up and take with you to the next place?
I mean, technically, yes. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
completely, the whole thing is interlocking, so I would probably have to mark which one is which, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because it all came modular in boxes, so yeah, and they have even directions on how to take it apart, you know, which is just kind of pulling on it.
yeah, I mean, again, probably not something you're worried about at this point, but just to be 100%, you know, to lock it down, to keep it narrow, like I like that word. Would that be an acceptable condition of approval, that if you leave, you take it with you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we probably won't be leaving, but.
We won't be leaving.
And there will be a time where our kids won't want to be playing basketball at our house, I'm sure. And I'm sure, you know, who knows when down the line we'll probably, well, he likes playing basketball, so I don't know. But, you know, we might just decide, like, okay, it's time to be done with this part of our lives.
So the hoop as, the actual basketball hoop as constructed is in the ground?
Yes.
Permanent.
So it just has
It's not one of the, because I've seen the ones that you can roll in and out, but that's not
It's
that.
not, it's
Yeah.
permanent.
So
This one's-
it's in concrete.
In concrete.
Yeah.
But had that been a flagpole, that would have been allowable, correct? Or would that have to?
Flagpoles are in the code and they're allowed.
Okay.
At that location,
Yeah, on the front
What?
side of the house, yeah.
In the front yard? Yeah.
regardless of what's on, how close it is to the property line.
You're talking about a flagpole?
Whatever, the fact that, I don't know what the distance is from the property line, but
9 feet 3 inches.
From what I recall visually, I don't think that the cement pad is maybe as big as this maybe, and it has two.
I mean, technically, I could
Screws.
take the whole hoop down, because there's bolts on it at the
The
bottom.
bolts. That's what I mean.
Oh, so
It's actually, so there's
sunken.
there's concrete, and there's, I guess, like the base, and it's bolted onto a base there. I mean, technically.
And you could put a flag on it on 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, I mean, it's almost a point if it's just a temporary structure, you know, if it's viewed as, you know, temporary with the exception of the issue we have with the posts, then there's no variance necessary. And, you know, you don't set precedents of front yard until we work out, you know, what this material actually really is.
We won't tell anyone.
What's that?
We won't tell anyone.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Anyone down this end? All right. Any members of the public have questions about specifically this testimony? Please.
Good evening, Paul Tsunis, 50 Beverly Road. I liked your Pardon me?
Your name, please.
Paul Tsunis.
Paul,
Yes.
your last name, can you spell for me, please?
Latsounas.
And your address, please, sir?
50 Beverly Road.
50,
Beverly Road, Oradell, New Jersey. I liked your presentation. Very, very professional presentation. Did you do this yourself, or?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. I'm kind of questioning what kind of material is that? The block?
So, with the this,
Yeah.
the tiling,
Yeah.
it's like I think high density impact, like plastic.
Oh, it's plastic. No, that's all
Yeah.
plastic.
They all interlock.
Plastic. Kind of concerned about plastic these days with the microplastics and stuff like that.
Well, this one is supposed to not be like anything toxic. It's like a safe playing court.
It's also UV resistant.
Okay. Now you can take it. Is it difficult to take it off again and put it on? Take it
No,
off.
I just took it off, you know, before I got here. So
Oh. And you're going to be using this year round, right?
when we could outside,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. It's something very different, and I think opening people's eyes up. Maybe some other people would like to see that also be done. So
We do
it
questions?
might be a consideration.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other? So that's everyone from a questioning standpoint for this round of testimony. Do you have any other testimony? It looks like you have members of
Yes.
public.
You wanted something
That
to
would.
say?
No, he will I think you're looking to that.
So yeah. So that is. Are the folks in the audience with you for public comment or testimony?
Testimony.
Oh, actual testimony?
Or no, I'm sorry, or comment.
Okay, all right. So then we'll wait till we get to that section at the end. Okay. Do we do public comment before board deliberations? I think we do.
you should.
We do, right? Okay. Public comment it is. Come on up.
Great.
Please provide your name. Do we need address?
Yes, certainly.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Russell, Russell. Last name is Jones, Jones. We own the property located at 515 Oradell Avenue, which is on the southwest corner of Oradell and Demarest, directly facing our lovely neighbors. Well, actually, directly facing our neighbors here to our right, Alex and John, but catty-cornered to Nina and Danny.
I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and be sworn.
Sure.
Do you swear the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go right ahead, sir.
Great. So again, my name is Russell Jones. My wife is Jamie Jones. She is home with our eldest son, Malcolm Jones, who is 11, and my son, Griffin Jones, who is 9, has joined us this evening as we rapidly approach his bedtime, so I will make this brief. I don't think I could say or present better than what Danny did. I was also impressed by the presentation. Nice to see our corner, the Google view of our corner, our beautiful, quiet corner. I can speak to the relative dangers of Demarest Avenue, while Oradell is the major intersection. Being on the corner, having 2 young children with a driveway that is on Demarest, many times I find myself yelling at Amazon drivers, FedEx drivers, other really anxious people who are turning on our street, which shouldn't be a through street, and it has many other families with young children. I was not forced, but we wanted to put down one of those little green Martian slow down signs, which I don't think works very well. So we also encourage our children to play inside on the property, inside property lines. And they also play with Danny and Nina's children, Bo and Henry. And I didn't notice the structure until we were called over, I think, for a barbecue or cookout or something. And I was so impressed by the fact that I hadn't noticed it previously. And my children both enjoy basketball. Go Knicks, I'll say that as well. So we really appreciate the structure. I can tell you that, we're as noisy as a corner with 4 families, really, because the other family who's not here also has young children. And I've never noticed any noise from the basketball court or otherwise. And I can speak to their character as great neighbors who helped us settle in 5 years ago now, because we bought in 2021. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russ.
Public comment. Come on up, yeah.
Good evening. My name is John Abrashkin. I live Abrashkin.
So ABR.
Ashkin.
Tell me your first name again, sir.
John.
John, got it. All right, and your address?
516 Oradell Avenue.
All right, Kurt. Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, so sworn. Go right ahead.
I'm here in support of the Mendozas tonight. I'm trying to ignore the fact that they're great people, great neighbors, do a lot for the community. I live across Demarest Avenue, so we share a corner. And I'm here with my wife and my 2 elementary school kids. And the reason we're here tonight is, I think, probably 3 factors. One is community, one is health, and one is aesthetic. From a community perspective, I think it's fantastic that we have a gathering place in a safe part. You've already heard that Oradell Ave can be a bit of a scary place as a parent for young kids. A lot of fast-moving traffic, and so to have this kind of refuge along Oradell Avenue where things are a lot calmer and safer means a lot to me. I feel comfortable letting my 7 and 9-year-old cross the street. They've learned how to navigate it safely. I would not do that over Oradell. In terms of health, I personally appreciate that we have a neighborhood spot where kids can practice basketball. I think otherwise the closest public court is over half a mile away up at Memorial Field. Our kids are practicing for the basketball team. That is of great value to me. I'm not sure how much either of those really matter. Maybe a more disinterested factor is just aesthetic. I have a home office on the ground floor directly across from Demarest Avenue. I regularly work with the window open, pardon me. And even though I'm taking work calls, even though the kids are outside playing, this has never been a noise problem. You can't even see the court from my window, even though I have a direct line of sight because of the skip laurel screening. From my perspective, and really anybody passing outside, this looks like just a well-kept hedge. So I think it's a net plus for the community, and for all those reasons, I hope we can find a way to keep this court in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Any other public comment on, okay.
Okay, Paul Latsunas, 50 Beverly Road.
Hang on.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go right ahead, sir.
Okay. I like the idea very much. I think that it's going to be open to other people that might want to do that for their families also, and it's a good idea. The only thing that I'm really worried about is, as you play on that and you wear out this floor, that microplastics get into the air. And this is the thing that I've been talking about here on other topics about microplastics, and that's why I bring that up. And I'm just a little worried about that. I hope that you have some kind of something that would guarantee that that stuff is not going to, go up when you bounce the ball. Maybe the plastics, little particles will come up and they'll breathe them, whoever's there. And that's what I'm worried about. That's the only thing. But I think it's a great idea, other than that.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, we will close public comment. I think we're up to the point, board discussion, board deliberation. Who wants to kick us off?
I'll start.
Okay.
So, in all these cases, we look at the pluses and the minuses, and much of what you said, living on Demarest, and I think, much of what you said probably resonates with everyone in the room. The traffic issues, safety issues, they're very important, particularly when you have young kids. So, can certainly understand that and have been there also. I think the other thing, again, living there, where the court is we have this situation, right, where you're sitting on a corner lot, so you have to, follow the rules as if you had two front yards. But I really do think where that court is your front yard. I mean, that's what I would view it as, living there, right? And you kind of do have two front yards. You have the Oradell front yard and you have the Demarest Avenue front yard. So that court is sitting in the front yard. And what I'm thinking about is, and we talked about a little bit like where this could go ultimately, right? Are we going to have people putting patios in their front yards and basketball courts like this, like asking for variances for concrete basketball courts in their front yard? So I'm thinking about where this could ultimately be going. The other thing that I'll mention too is living on the street. It is very well covered. I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there until I saw the application. So those are the things that I'm thinking about.
Okay. Carlo?
I don't really have a problem. I like the idea that it's permeable. My concern really isn't with what you're looking to do here. It's more with what you were saying. And maybe we're not the right board that deals with this in terms of what it could mean for other people to use this material for other things. In connection with what you folks are looking to use it for, I agree with everything that you said and what all the comments really. So I don't really have a problem. I would prefer us though to I know we were talking about whether it's movable, they don't need a variance or a variance. I'd rather err on the side that they need a variance because that gives more control.
Mm-hmm.
If we said they didn't need a variance, then what could happen is people could find this material. I'm sure there are even other materials out there, and all of a sudden there's not a need for that. So I would like to think that this does require a variance, and I don't necessarily have a problem approving it because that's about the only thing we can do to keep a little bit of control as we start having more and more materials out there that would not be permanent, that would then allow people to do more uses. So it's not so much with what you folks are doing. I'm considering more the big picture.
That's fair.
As far as this particular
Yeah.
usage, I don't see a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with my co-board members as far as the concern about the potential for the future. But as they said, the presentation was excellent, and all those things that you mentioned, the reasons why you're doing it make a lot of sense. To use that space in a productive way for your family, and so for your application, I would think it's reasonable what you're asking.
Okay. Tom?
I think I echo a lot of what's been said here. I said when I drove past it and looked at it again, you didn't even know it was there until you get out of the car and actually go and look at it. And I think it was very well done. As everybody says here, I think the initial presentation, what was done is very good. It's about the precedents we set in terms of what can be done in front yards, and that's why. Whether it's better to have it as a form of variance so we have more control over it, or not. But if we were to continue to see this, we had another situation recently where whether it's permanent or not came into play a lot, and some of the conditions of being, temporarily removed at some part during the year when not in use, or whether it's gone when you move, I think, maybe something that we would have to put into consideration in order to continue with this. Along with the other pieces that came out that, I don't think there should be lighting ever on the court, because, it does, while you have the immediate neighbors here, it does affect the rest of the, the lighting, people going up and down the block. And I think it also needs further review by the town engineer as to, the drainage, although I think you're well within the limits of coverage. But as some of the public brought up, is what is this the actual material that's down there, and what, who's approved it, and where did it come from? You can buy anything anywhere. Those are my thoughts right now.
I also drove by the property and didn't really notice the court surface, and I thought the vegetation there was doing a good job and looked good, fit in with the overall look of the neighborhood and the house and surrounding landscaping. The arguments regarding Oradell Avenue, I think, are justified with the traffic and safety issue. And the property is a corner lot with 2 front yards, so there is a hardship created by that. Those are my thoughts going into this.
Yeah, I think everyone covered it really well. I mean, we absolutely don't want to send the message that, hey, everybody put a patio in your front yard. As long as you get this special tile, then you're good to go. Which, as Carlo pointed out well, that's why we make this a variance, and that's what the purpose of the variance process is. We have a unique way that we want to use our property. It's different than what the ordinance says. So, here we are. Here's the reasons. Here's the conditions. I think when you take everything into consideration, I mean, yes, it's in the front yard. We know all about Oradell Ave. I mean, that's a, even the streets that cross Oradell Ave can be high traffic near the intersection. But with the conditions that you've offered and the other one that we discussed, knowing that it will be surrounded by plantings, the fact that nobody can see it from the front. I mean, you see the basketball net, but everyone's got a basketball net. Knowing that it's impermeable, or that it's permeable, removable, and the other conditions about no lighting and everything else that you put out there, I think this is how we make something like this happen. I think it leaves enough discretion on the part of not just the board but the town that it doesn't send the message, everybody go put a patio in your front yard. So I thank you for the presentation, the thought, the consideration going into it, and for making it super specific. So I think that works in our favor. So that being said, does anyone have a motion in either direction?
I move that we, approve application 897-26 with the restrictions that we've previously discussed. And I think that's it, unless something needs to be added to that.
No, I think that...
That is going to include the removal of it when they leave, correct?
That was my understanding, right? And Mark, would we be able to pull all the conditions from the discussion, or do we need to recap them?
I'll tell you what's in my notes.
Okay.
I do have a few comments though. Conditions. No expansion. It's for private family use only. They'll maintain and replace plantings if necessary, maintain the permeable material, no asphalt or concrete allowed. There's not going to be any lighting installed on it. those are the conditions. I have a couple of comments.
Yep.
So I understand the board's desire to express a measure of control by granting this as a variance, but as I look at your ordinance, you're required to keep your front yard open and unobstructed. And I don't think that one could reasonably call this an obstruction because it's at ground level and it's open. The only variance that I see really is for the basketball hoop. So then I thought, well, maybe we could classify this as a patio under your ordinance. And I was just looking at your ordinance for patio. And let me just get that back up because I don't think this is what we think about when we think about a patio. Let me find that. I had it a moment ago. Too many windows. A patio is a structure which will be no more than 8 inches above finished grade at any point and used primarily for passive recreation. So I don't think that this is a patio. This is active recreation. And I don't think this meets the definition of structure because it's not permanently affixed. So you really have something that's kind of new in the land use world. This is a new feature, which is why I think somebody should reach out to the governing body and suggest that this be studied. Some communities have ordinances for what they call sports courts, because in towns that have large lots, maybe you want to put a tennis court in your front yard. Yeah, that could also be open and unobstructed, but like you don't want people with tennis courts in their front yards. So I think the ordinance should be reviewed with an eye towards controlling this. But the only variance I see, and Mr. Depp can tell me if you think something's different, I just see the basketball hoop as the only structure that they need variance relief for.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I guess the legal question then is, are we better off writing the variance since there is no ordinance as what we need one? So
Right.
somebody needs to review, whether it's sports courts or this permeable material. While we don't have an ordinance, are we better covered by writing the variance to include this unknown substance?
So, yeah, I mean, we'll describe it. I don't know if Mr. Mendoza can tell me the name of the manufacturer of that. I think I'd like to put that into the resolution also. And they need variance relief for the hoop.
Yeah.
So all the conditions will be tied to that.
Okay.
And I think it's fair to say it'll be there until the kids stop playing basketball. And then leaves are going to get in it, and it's going to be a maintenance issue, and then they're going to take it out. Then there'll be an application maybe for a swimming pool or a hot tub or something else. But this is not a permanent structure. I remember when the basketball hoop in my childhood home, eventually like rotted away where the metal rotted and it fell over and it was never replaced. So even those things are really not permanent.
Fair enough. So then, are we good with that motion as it stands, given that consideration?
And I just asked one other question. Was there anything else? I know it meets the coverage, saying that from the fact the way it's been boxed in from a drainage perspective, that needs to be reviewed by the borough engineer.
No, I don't think that's necessary. I think we should get some detail on how it was constructed.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, so
And also just to document the materials in it, if there's any sort of, to the public comment, recall or warnings issued about the use of the product that would, allow the town to come back and have it, requested and removed.
Yeah, I can put a condition of approval that the material details are to be provided for review by the board engineer. And if there are safety concerns, the applicant will comply with the board engineer's directives.
Okay. All right, so given the clarifications just made, Carlo, do you affirm your motion?
Yeah, I do affirm the motion for all of the conditions stated by Mr. Levin and all the other board members. I move to approve 897-26.
Okay.
But I didn't hear him say that they'll remove it when they leave.
I thought we included that, right?
Yeah, I have that in my notes.
I'm sorry?
That's in my notes.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, let's vote. All right, Mr. Liao,
Yes.
Ms. Day,
Yes.
Mr. Campriel,
Yes.
Ms. Odinsky,
Yes.
Mr. Devine,
Yes.
Mr. Santaniello, yes. Congratulations. Variance has been passed. So, standard warning, the public,
I think it's late for that,
what?
for the warning.
Oh, that's true. I know it's already built. Well, I'll say it anyway. Typically, 45 days after the passing of the resolution, which we'll likely have next meeting, there is a period during which the public can raise an objection. Maybe not as relevant this time around, but I said it, so at least you know. So,
All right.
thank you.
everyone.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the board.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right. Let's move on. I see nothing under old business. I know that some of us may have the cybersecurity course pending. I think that's June 30th is the cutoff, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's not that bad. I'm about halfway through it. Let's just make sure we don't get any nasty emails. Any new business?
No.
No?
Could I just maybe just ask a question? With this, obviously, this structure with the congestion and all coming up, the other gentleman brought it up, Mr. Jones, I mean, about how long before they come back and say, I live on Oradell Avenue, I need fencing to keep my kids in and stuff like that. Is this something that we need to have the planning board address at some level?
I don't think so at this time. I mean, I think the codes are pretty clear. And if I was going to review it, you know, if they want a high fence in the front yard, I would deny it. They would need to go to the board.
Okay. Okay. All right, so old business, new business, any other new business questions? All right. We can now open for public comment. Who's first?
Sam Tripsis, 327 Maple Avenue. That was a very sensible discussion and a sensible outcome, but that's not why I'm here to speak. On the 9th of June, last Tuesday, the ordinance 2610 was introduced and passed for merging of the boards. So 12 pages. I have a copy. Of a copy for every board member, if I'm allowed to submit them. And,
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so, and I also have the agenda explaining it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll just make this part brief. So back in 2012, this idea came about to merge the boards, and it was basically the mayor and council backed off on it. There was opposition for various reasons. I attended all those meetings, and I was pleased to see the two boards stay the same. I always felt the checks and balances, personalities, asking questions. There were a lot of reasons to have two boards. Now I've been going to gone to dozens of meetings in my 36 years here. I've always felt the zoning board was very, I would say, questions were always asked. It was always a good discussion, and it wasn't always a positive outcome, but mostly it was. And you could always count on a good decision. I don't feel that way with the planning board. I never did, for a lot of reasons. But anyway, I won't go into that. I really would like to see the boards stay the same. I'm 100% opposed to merging, and it's been discussed for about a year now, maybe a year and a half, and the public hasn't been a part of it. Although there've been open meetings, no one really comes to those meetings, so you don't know how people feel, and then I think people will be surprised when they see we have a joint board, and one of the biggest reasons I think you by doing that you're going to weaken the zoning board, which you have a strong board here, and I can't see the future, but I see the past, and I'm basing it on what I have seen, the outcomes and the discussions, and it's actually stressful to hear it come back to this. It's painful. So I just wanted you to have a copy of that, read it. I don't know, if it was put in your inbox or not. But the next meeting probably will be a vote and a unanimous approval for it. That was unanimous also to introduce it. I was hoping it would be tabled. So I was dreading that last Tuesday that would be a draft introduced. So that was painful to see that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I really hope that members of the board, both boards, would express how they really feel, and maybe not just say, "Yeah, it's a good idea." To me, it's a terrible idea. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks.
What's known as 50 Beverly Road. This application that we just had here, and I brought up the thing about microplastics, and I've been talking about this at all the meetings about microplastics. They call them PFAs, and when we're using materials, we have to find out what happens when these materials break down. And this is very important because it's in our drinking water. And we have approximately 101 different combinations of forever chemicals. And it's in our drinking water now. And we're all drinking it. So that's why I brought that up. Because every time somebody does something with plastics, we have to find out about the safety of it. And I hope that we can find something out about that. Okay. Now, on the other topic of the planning board and the zoning board being deleted and made into a joint board, I'm opposing that also. And it was a little funny at the mayor's meeting. We had the resolution, but we did not have the information on the resolution that Sam just provided to everybody, okay? That night, we didn't have that. And then we were told that they didn't have to give it to us because under the law, they can just say anything by title and present it. And then it'll be talked about later at the next two meetings. There's going to be two more meetings on this, I think. So the things that I kind of object to it is that it seems to me it's a matter of convenience for somebody or for some group of people. And I think that that's what's happening here. And I didn't like the way they bundled everything. It seemed to me, I didn't have the information that night. And I even told them, I says, who was this deranged person that thought about this, they have too many drinks, maybe, okay? Because they didn't present this, and they didn't give us this information. And I told them, I says, well, maybe you should include all these other ordinances too, and bundle it in here too, and you don't need, just make one ordinance. So that's what I said that night. And so we did find out that we had this, and some of the things that I didn't like about it, after reading this also, is that there's a part about the public advocate. They deleted the public advocate information, that we're not going to have anything about a public advocate. And I think that we should have a chance, because to still have a public advocate, it may be needed. And some people can't afford to go and hire lawyers and stuff like that. So I think a public advocate was needed, and I wanted it to be strengthened. I wanted this language to be strengthened, and I said that to them. But they just want to delete it. Another thing is about the trees. They have a chapter about the trees in here, too. Now, the trees, there's a chapter that when somebody's going to build or make a development, if they knocked trees down on that property prior to 2 years, that they would have to pay the amount of money and the fine if they built within 2 years, if they built, right? And I think that we're still giving them too much of a chance, because these days, when you went to go to build something, so it's not 2 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I think maybe that should be changed. So I'm just saying some of the things that I didn't like about it. And of course, the point that they're going to have people that are on the planning board on the zoning board, that they'd be interchangeable. And I don't like that, because they don't have the experience that you guys already have. And I think that those people should not be, they should stay on the planning board. And that's why we should still have a planning board and a zoning board. And from what I understand, and I told them, right now, the planning board has finally decided, after 18 years, to go back and look at the zoning, look at the master plan again, that they want to change things for the building materials and see what can be done to make the town, make it better. And I told them, well, I says, it seems to me that it was like the Rip Van Winkle sleep of 18 years, and finally they're doing something. So I commend them for doing it, for finally speaking on it. But that's why I think that the board should remain separate. And I don't want to see you guys go. And the only thing is that they may try to eliminate some of you that may not like to go along with it, you know. And they made their rules, and it seems that it's been like this is like railroaded. It's like big push. So that's my opinion, and I thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. No members of the public left. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Everyone wants to stay?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Have a wonderful evening.
Yep.